Guys, hello and welcome to the Librarian TV network. We are here today at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, where in the regular press briefing is ongoing. Keep posted and
all
Princess
the icons of this democracy that we enjoy today, as well as countless unsung heroes who kept our nation's spirit alive through adversities. This moment is the fruit of their labor and prayers. To all Liberians home and abroad, the victory is yours. Let us rally together to make this thing a success. When Liberia sits at the council, it will be your hopes, resilience, and dream that she will carry. That's what the president said. It's victory for all Liberians. You see, a term by power to say, oh, this one belongs to this one, you should have recognized this person. I thought the president was very inclusive in his speech. He called on the nation to celebrate because this is our moment. I've always said that in everything the government does to move this country forward, the fourth estate has got a pivotal role to play. The way we drive narrative can sometimes take away from the substance. And it's not good for our country. Today, the president is on record to have said that those who claiming projects from one place to another, for him, everything his government does is for the Liberian people. This victory belongs to the Liberian people. It is not a victory for his government. He was very emphatic. It's a moment that has increased the standing of this nation on the global stage. Don't forget that this odious republic on the African continent a few years ago was a victim of stigmatization in the international arena. Sanctions were imposed on us, arms embargo. So to come from that level and ascend to the echelon of global decision making, it cannot be the accomplishment of any government. It is the accomplishment for the country. For the country. And until we can begin to see this country beyond our narrow political interests, we're not going to make any difference. The country school major victory, you say, oh, they should attribute to you. This thing about personalizing everything, sense of entitlement. It didn't help us yesterday, it will not help us today. So the president has rallied the nation to celebrate this victory. And as a government, we will continue to echo that call. It is about Liberia, and Liberia has won. The Liberia National Police has confirmed that it has 2 individuals in custody. They are then invited in connection to ongoing investigation in a Capitol building arson attack. One of the individuals, Bacchus Carpet, is at a police station. The police will talk to him when a lawyer is available. The other individual, Christian Kofa, was represented by counsel And we are told by the LP that significant progress into the investigation will be made today, and hopefully they might be formally charged and filed to court. There will be no room for speculation. This is why the Ministry of Information is here. Explain to you what the government is doing. So contrary to information being circulated on social media by some of our friends, nobody has been kidnapped. The police got a duty to investigate. The Capitol building is a symbol of our democracy. And some individuals, for reasons best known to themselves, decided to set it ablaze. And I've always said that when a crime is committed, the security apparatus, the government, has got a duty to re-establish order. Identifying, arresting, charging, and prosecuting people linked to that crime is a process of restoring order. You remind them that the government here, and the crime you committed, the things you did, as per our criminal procedure law, the penal law, are considered crimes in our jurisdiction. And so they will be prosecuted in keeping with law. Thank you very much. With that being said, let me now invite the Honorable Abdullah Kamara. We have a very important update, insurance, first of the kind that Liberia insurance scheme that will benefit the Liberian public. So join the year with the National Insurance Company. So you will speak, you know, Dr. Margaret talk alone. So I will speak, and then we'll take the NIR and then the Medical Dental Council will take questions from the press. Thank you very much.
Mr. Minister, colleagues, members of the press, you know, I always say Minister Sando is increasingly making me media friendly because before this time I always avoided the media. So every opportunity he has to pull me over here, he does that, and I'm happy to be here today. So today we bring you a very, very big news. For the first time in the Republic of Liberia, the government is initiating health insurance for the underprivileged and the most needed in the society. The LTA is pleased with the intervention of digital tools to support NICO, which is the implementer of the scheme. And of course, they will highlight the details on how that will be done. The LTA under the Digital Transformation Program is the key sponsor for the pilot project. And we're saying pilot because, as you know, it is the first time. There's a lot to be learned in this process. We don't know all the details of pros and cons of the program. So we intend to pilot with between 3,000 to 5,000 people across 3 counties to test the system for the next 6 months, starting July 1st. The IT Managing Director for NICO will give you details on the processes. But I'd like to remind you that in January 2024, the President's first State of the Nation's address, he highlighted a number of things, one of which was that in 18 months, he will introduce the National Healthcare Scheme in Liberia. This is again another promise made and delivered. So July will be exactly 18 months that we will be kicking off this pilot. After 6 months, based on the experiences from the pilot, the results or the experiences will then be shared with our ongoing process to draw up the legal framework that will inform the legislature to enact this into a much bigger program that will cover the entire country, covering all citizens that may be eligible for the program. You may recall last year, LTA participation in the digital transformation program, again, was one of the promises made by His Excellency, which we deliver on and which we actually came back several times to give you full updates and the reality of those deployments. Interestingly, some of the beneficiaries of that program will be doing some demos soon, which I'll be announcing in a minute. But I just want to again re-emphasize the collaboration between NICO, NIR, and the LTA to implement this pilot is in full swing. And we hope that the right people will be selected to participate in the pilot. Again, the program and the procedures will be shared by the acting MD of NICO. If I give a flashback, why this is not something that just came out of the blue sky. I recall as far back as 2014-15, was His Excellency now then was contemplating on what is actually important for our country. For roads, of course, healthcare, education, and so forth. But the affordability of health, I'm talking about good quality health, depends on the available disposable income you have. And of course, in better countries, most nations have healthcare schemes in place. The president then already included that in his program. We were running campaign in 2016 and 17. We made sure that that program was elevated. So this year, last year, his first State of the Nation address, he made a promise that we are going to deliver on that. Just a quick side step, Mr. Minister. So on the 13th of this month, that's next week, Friday, the LTA, under the Digital Transformation Program, will be launching an expo, Digital Expo 2025. First of its kind in the Republic. During our expo, we'll be exhibiting several technological interventions done by Liberians, but also other parties that are supplying digital services in Liberia. I encourage you, it's a whole day affairs, I encourage you to come there and see what Liberia is up to in the digital space and what we have to offer. As a matter of fact, and especially for the young people, we have put up an AI challenge with 3 prizes. The first prize is $10,000.